How's it going, guys? Hope you guys are having a good day or night whenever you're watching this. In honor of breaking 1,000 subscribers, I wanted to make this video. It's been requested a couple times, and finally thought it'd be a good time to share. So, before I get into this, just want to keep in mind that none of this is financial, legal, or tax advice. I'm not a licensed professional in any of those categories, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Do your own research, consult a professional, yada yada yada. Now, the big number does not include my annual bonus, because that can vary. Doesn't include any income I get from like investments or like savings accounts or anything, and it doesn't include like capital gains or money that I make from like side hustles. I do like Instacart and some other stuff on the side sometimes to get some extra money if I have time and want to earn something. So this number does not include any of those, and that'll kind of come into play at the end. But I make about $76,000 a year. So I work as an engineer and recently got a raise this past year, but was making a little under this out of school, and this is what my salary sits at now. So very blessed. And let's get into the breakdown. So in addition to how much I make, I kind of want to talk about where the money goes investment wise and how much I invest each year. So $4,150 goes to my HSA. So I talked a little bit about this in the spending video, and you guys have definitely heard me mention it before if you watch my channel frequently, as I'm a huge fan of the HSA, health savings account, for those of you who are not familiar with it. I think it's super overpowered if you use it right, and I'm basically loading mine up and gonna keep it forever. I pay all my healthcare expenses out of pocket right now, actually, so that this can grow tax-free. But that gets deducted from my salary pre-tax, so that leaves me with a taxable income of about $72,000 a year. Again, this doesn't include, capital gains, dividends, bonus, side hustle, any of that stuff. And then from the $72K, I lose $17,000 of it to taxes, which you gotta love. I think my top bracket, combined state federal, is like 24%. But this ends up being, I don't know, a little under 19%, I think. But that means my take-home pay is about $55,000. Still, pretty good. And then from that, my monthly take-home, obviously dividing that by 12, is $4,574 per month. And that's after my HSA contributions are taken out. Now, taking that, I then have my 401k set to auto, get taken out of my paycheck, and because I do Roth 401k, it gets taken out of my post-tax amount, which definitely hurts. When you have, pre-tax taken out, obviously it lowers your taxes, so you usually end up with a little more money on the back end, plus the dollar amount of the pre-tax. It looks like more with a lower percentage of your salary, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm describing that right, but my Roth dollars are actually more valuable than a pre-tax dollar because they've already had the taxes paid on them. So I'm saving about $952 a month to my 401k, which is pretty high. It definitely makes it tight some months, but saving about 15% of my salary. And if you bring over the expenses that I talked about from kind of my previous video, my expenses were a little under $3,000. So once you take out my 401k and my expenses, that leaves you with about $650, and that's typically, I just leave that kind of in my checking as like a slush fund. So if I want to like get new pants or like go to a movie or go out with friends or something, or like need to fly somewhere, like it typically comes out of this, or I'll work extra to make the money. for that. I'm a huge believer in the pay yourself first mindset, which is why this is set to auto deduct. And then so that's 15% of my salary. I also get a 401k match. So my employer matches 7.5% of my salary, which is pretty high, but I have to stay with them for years before that vests. So if I leave at any point before 2 years, I get nothing. If I leave after 2 years, but less than 4 years, it's like a varied amount. So it's kind of a retention guarantee. So if you combine those, this is what I'm saving per year. The match, if you want to include that, some people don't include it until it's vested. That's about $5,700 a year, and I'm saving about $11,500 in my Roth 401k every year. And then I have the HSA, which is $4,150 a year. And then lastly, I usually fund this between a mix of my tax refund, which I typically always have because it's around the time of the year where the deadline for the previous year's contributions are. Also my bonus, which comes at beginning of the year, and then any like side hustle money and other stuff. That all usually goes into my Roth IRA, because you noticed I don't have enough money left over each month to actually contribute to a Roth IRA monthly, so that's typically how that works for me, and I've maxed it out every year. This year the limit is $7,000. So this is what I save / invest, excluding the unvested employer match, of course, but I wanted to throw that in there for perspective. But I am kind of just getting started in my career, so I think doing this over a long period of time will set me up very well, and I'm definitely very blessed to be in the situation that I'm in. But I think there are things that everyone can do to better their situation to varying degrees, and I think that I'm just rambling now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It feels a little weird to share this type of stuff, but I don't have anything to hide or be ashamed of, and hopefully, you guys can take something away from it, maybe with your mindset around how you look at your spending or your money or whatnot. But appreciate you guys. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.